Hello and welcome to my third video blog. In this short 4 to 6 minute video, I'll be covering neoevolution as a whole. This includes what neoevolution is, the benefits, the drawbacks, and whether or not we should invest time and money into this technology. First, what is neoevolution? Neoevolution involves the idea of the manipulation of genetic material. In Harvey Feinberg's TED Talk, Are We Ready for Neoevolution?, he provides examples at the start of the talk to help us better understand the concept of neoevolution. There were 5 genetic manipulations he gave to help better our lives: memory, fitness, beauty, longevity, and creativity. He then asked the audience if they could pick one to improve, what would it be? Some picked creativity, while some picked memory. A majority of the audience chose to make their life longer. No matter what they chose, the concept is the same. In the future, you will be able to manipulate your genetic makeup in order to fix flaws. Now the question is, are we seeing technology that is altering or may alter human evolution? I would have to argue yes. Human evolution is the concept of humans adapting to certain situations in order to survive. Knowing this, let's take a look at the medical field and how it is affecting human evolution. The life expectancy of males born in 1900 was about 46.3 years. In 1998, that number skyrocketed to 73.8 years. So why is this? How can a human who couldn't live past 50 now almost added 25 years to their life 100 years later? The research in medicine as well as safety has significantly boosted our life expectancy. Living in New England, it is quite common to catch the cold in the middle of January. It may not be fun to lie in bed for a week recovering, but usually no one is worried about the individual passing away. This is simply because we have the knowledge as well as the technology to help these people achieve a quick recovery. What used to be a disaster 100 years ago is now non-lethal because we have adapted as humans to fight the infection. And it is still improving. In Daniel Kraft's TED Talk, Medicine's Future, there's an app for that. He explains that a lot of the medical field revolves around our smartphones. Diabetics have an accessory they can plug into their iPhone and have it read their blood sugar levels. They can then send this information to their doctor without even having to leave their home. They have also found a way to have a colonoscopy without making it uncomfortable for the individual, and Kraft predicts that in the future we'll be wearing devices on our person, and it will be similar to OnStar in our cars. It will go off once it detects that something's wrong with our bodies. Relating back to neoevolution, what are the potential benefits of this type of technology? The most obvious is that it could potentially cure disorders like mental illnesses. Epilepsy is a neurological disease which involves a person having epileptic seizures. It is unknown as to why people have this disease, but if a doctor were to genetically manipulate someone with epilepsy, it could possibly cure the disease. However, I personally believe that there are more cons than pros with neoevolution. In my opinion, neoevolution is essentially saying that someone isn't good enough for something and that the person themselves should be corrected. Animals tend to be the same throughout. The characteristics of certain animals and species, with the exception of appearance, are usually the same. What makes humans so unique is that no one human is the same as another. We all look different. We have different interests, different personalities, and the list goes on. We shouldn't have to alter our genetic code in order to have a better life. Nor do we need to put this power into another person's hands. The early stages of neoevolution applies to unborn babies as opposed to fully grown adults. Who gets to determine an infant is unfit in one category and that category should be fixed? It's interesting in Feinberg's TED Talk that almost all of the audience wanted a longer life. And why is this? What is the need for humans to become immortal? Adding on, Why didn't Feinberg include anything about making us a more civil society? Why should we not focus on making people not want war or death or to physically harm one another? The biggest drawback, as well as ethical implication of neo-evolution, would be corruption. It's clearly too much power for someone to hold over another. There really isn't a need to pursue this form of technology. Neo-evolution is essentially trying to change the blueprints for a house even though it's already created. Shortened to the point, people need to accept themselves as who they are instead of trying to outplay Mother Nature.